This is a fair warning to Snapchat and all said users. I will be filming one of my final projects using my Snapchat story, so it's going to be really long. Sorry. Welcome to Bible Study Methods. We're going to fight! I don't see fighting anywhere in the syllabus. Was that a prerequisite? My name's Helena, and I'm a sophomore at Corban University. This is my final takeaway project from Bible Study Methods with J-Town Newton to see what I learned. According to J-Town Newton, or Jordan, my personal goal is to ignite in you the same passion for the Bible and knowing Jesus that this class unloaded upon me nearly 11 years ago. If the Bible was real, there'd be original manuscripts today. Actually, the Bible was originally written on papyrus, which is super thin and flimsy paper that disintegrated because it was written forever ago. Also, the Bible is one of the most historically true and proven religious artifacts of any written word that we have. I'll take that. I don't want that. I'll take that. Some of that, but not. Something Christians like to do is to pick and choose out of the Bible, which we are all guilty of, and it's so easy to do, but that is not how God intended the Bible to be. The Bible's weird. This is a thought that I had always had in my own head, but to have an actual prof vocalize it and want to discuss it and talk about it, super. One of the absolute most important concepts we learned out of our textbook, Grasping God's Word, was the interpretive journey! Real talk, it took me like 3 quizzes to finally memorize this. It's a 5-step process of how to look at the text in its original context, measure how different that is from our context, cross that bridge, consult how it fits in with the rest of the Bible, and put it into your own context. This is super helpful for teaching the Bible, for studying the Bible myself, and just overall having a biblical worldview. This quickly brought me back to freshman year when I had to retake that grammar quiz in English class like 6 times while my twin brother got it on the first try. Good times. Using grammar can help you decipher the passage using repetition, comparison, contrast, cause and effect, figures of speech, conjunctions, verbs, pronouns, and the tone! Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Dumbledore is a super cool concept that Jordan uses in all of his classes to compare to when Jesus in the New Testament knows something that's going to happen but tries to get his disciples to figure it out on their own. We used Jonah as the book that we charted, which meant that we broke it down to the very skeleton, which was super cool because I'd never gotten that deep into a book to understand it that well. Along with teaching me a lot of valuable lessons that I'll always use for the rest of my life, it also prepared me for our final analysis paper. I wonder if Jordan planned that. So it turns out the context that the Bible was written in is actually different than our context. Who knew? The literary and historical cultural context papers were super interesting to learn about Ephesus and the before and after sections of Ephesians 2:1-10. But now is the point in the semester when Jordan started killing all the trees on the face of the planet to make copies of commentaries for us in order to help us with our Ephesians analysis paper. Getting into the Greek word studies was one of my absolute favorite parts because I'd never studied Greek before and it's one of the original languages of the Bible. And we gotta learn how to use books that use the word exhaustive and concordance and theological dictionary of the New Testament. Waldo was an another super cool concept that Jordan uses in his classes to make the connection that the New Testament was waiting and lurking around in the Old Testament the whole time, right behind the ark, right behind a pile of stones. Our application assignment was super cool because it took a concept from a certain verse and spread it to our entire lives, which you would assume everyone's good at. We're Christians, we go to church, but it's actually really cool to practice it. Fun fact is we all thought we did this assignment wrong, so at the beginning of the class when Jordan went over it, we were all looking at each other with terrified looks. The Gospels are the same account of the same story. How do you explain why they're different? The Bible's not one book. It's 66, and you can use authorship and audience to explain it, but genres such as law, prophecy, apocalyptic, parable, and poetry do a lot better job. Ended up not taking it on spring break and not worrying about the looming analysis paper. Our final analysis paper over Ephesians 2:1 through 10 brought all these concepts full circle. It's the circle of life, and it moves us through. Real talk, once you get past all the complaining and the whining that all college students do, I understand Ephesians 2:1 through 10 on a level I never thought I could understand the Bible. And also gained my Jedi Knight lightsaber of Bible study methods, just as J-Town Newton promised.
Yeah.